Hello, I'm Milo for the Alice Trading Company.
But today we're talking about the 5 top things you can do in Sevilla.
Populated since the times of the Romans, Seville is a city of profoundly rich and living history. Many civilizations and cultures have left their mark in the city, from the aforementioned powerful Romans to the folkish gypsies, the culturally rich Moorish sultanates to the treasured Catholic kings. This interplay of cultures and centuries is visible throughout the city, as ultimately the contributions of each were melded into a unique space that hasn't stopped adapting and growing. To experience the swath of history and culture that is Seville, you could hardly do better than start with the Alcazar, the sprawling palace structure whose foundation dates back to the 10th century, and the Andalus Caliphate of Abd-ar-Rahman III. The palace complex experienced numerous additions and revisions over the years and changes of rulers. Interestingly, for a while, the Catholic monarchs continued with Moorish architectural styles in their renovations and additions, although at one point a Gothic palace was cobbled onto the growing edifice. Don't fail to visit the gardens when wandering through this impressive cultural icon. Lines can be long, so it is a good idea to buy tickets online beforehand. Next to the Alcazar is the Cathedral and La Giralda, the minaret left from the mosque that was torn down during the Reconquista. You can climb to the top of the Giralda Tower if you so choose. The cathedral was built during the 15th and 16th centuries using the basic foundation space of the original mosque, although additions and renovations have occurred till recently. It is the largest Gothic building in Europe and the 3rd largest church. It is so replete with history and relics from world-changing events, such as the tomb of Christopher Columbus, that it is a temple to human achievement as well as a place of sacred worship. In addition to the compelling history of Seville, one experience not to be missed is to have a drink with the local populace or join for some tapas at many locations around the city. One particular neighborhood perfect for this is Santa Cruz. Its winding streets are overflowing with cafes, bars, and restaurants so that many people are actually on the streets, creating a festive atmosphere. Another idea is to rise above the bustle and have a glass of cava or manzanilla from one of the terraces overlooking the cathedral square, such as at Eme Hotel. The views are fantastic. A more modern monument is Plaza España, built for the Ibero-American exhibition at the 1929 World's Fair. It celebrates the history, contribution, and culture of the counties of Spain in colorful painted tile stories. You can rent boats to row along the arc of the Plaza's Canal or take a horse-drawn carriage ride, passing through Maria Luisa Park and other parts of the city's historical area. One cannot go to Seville without seeing some of the many exuberant examples of flamenco. Similar to jazz, flamenco started as folk art and has become a rich fine art in its own right. One of the best places to catch a performance as well as get an idea of the history and power of the art form is to go to the Flamenco Museum. There are a variety of performances almost every day to showcase the breadth of the work being done, as well as classes you can take, and finally an interactive museum with costumes and footage through time. There is so much more to do in Seville, including, of course, see a bullfight at La Maestranza. Don't limit yourself to these first 5 suggestions. For more of our work, check out alicetc.com.